Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Dana, and today we're going to do a quick full body Pilates workout. We're going to start on our hands and knees. So coming to meet on hands and knees, hands spread apart underneath the shoulders, knees nice and wide underneath the hips, making sure everything is stacked up. Soften the elbows a little bit. Take a big inhale into the belly, letting all of the belly space, the organs fall to the mat. And then exhale, hug the belly in, feel that nice contraction. Do that again. Breathing in, let the belly space fall to the floor. And then exhale, feel the abdomen support your belly. Stay with that. You're going to inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to tuck the tail. You're going to round in your lower back, your middle back, and then your upper back. Keeping the shoulders soft and rounding even more from the back of your ribs. So instead of pushing from the arms, find more round from the whole spine. And then slowly uncurl the spine from your butt, from the bottom of the spine, the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the middle spine, the upper back, and then finally the head. Hug the belly to the spine. Push your heart forward to the front of your mat. Do a little back bend. Inhale. One more time, waking up the spine, nice and juicy. Tuck the tail, rounding in the back. Going slow to warm it up, connecting to our breath and to our body. Releasing the head, letting the shoulders relax, and rounding a bit more from the back of the spine instead. And then slowly uncurl the butt, the lower back, the middle back, the head. Take a big inhale, tiny back bend, lifting the heart forward without losing your belly contraction. Coming back into center, into neutral. Tuck both toes under, hug the abdomen around you. Tiny bend of the elbows. You're going to hover the knees 3 inches off the mat. Hold it here, connect to your belly, to your breath. Tap your knees down. Exhale, lift up for 5. Inhale down. Exhale, lift up for 4. Tiny bend of the elbows, soften the shoulders. Keep breathing. 3, 2, find your low belly. Pick the low belly up when your knees lift. Last one, hold it here. Shift a little bit back, shift a little bit forward. For 10, hug belly to spine. 9, shoulders are soft, elbows have a tiny bend. 7, 6, almost losing my count. 5, keep breathing, you got it. 4, 3, good work. Keep breathing. 2, and 1. Bring your knees to the mat. Send your butt back to your heels. Reach forward into your child's pose. Resting the forehead on the mat. Taking a rock side to side. Let your shoulders and your hips relax. Coming up to sit and bringing yourself to the front of your mat so you can lie down. Let's extend the legs today. Reaching the legs long, reaching your arms up. Hug belly to spine. Sending the arms in front of the shoulders. Press your heels to the mat. Begin to tuck the tail. We're going to go slow and controlled, rolling back. For 4, keep going. For 3, coming into your lower back. For 2, your middle back. And then finally your head for 1. Reaching your arms overhead. Take a big inhale. Pull yourself apart. And then exhale, bring your hands by your side, bend your knees, and coming with your feet flat on the mat. Soften the shoulders. Exhale, tuck the tail under, let the low back imprint, and then release back into neutral. 2 more. Feeling the movement of the pelvis. Tuck under, release to neutral. Good work. Instead of using your legs, use your deep low belly to do the work. And release to neutral. Take a pause, soften the shoulders. Inhale, hug belly to spine, stabilize your pelvis. Lift your right knee into tabletop position. Pause here, find it. Find your control. Lift your left knee up to meet it. Soften the shoulders. Let the rib cage be heavy. Tap your right toes to the end of the mat. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, left. Exhale, up. 7 more. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the back of your ribs heavy on the mat. Neutral curvature of the spine for 6. Keep finding that breath. Good work. Inhale to tap. Exhale to lift for 5. Inhale. Exhale. Let the softening of the shoulders give you more stability. Let the back of your ribs stay heavy on the mat. For 3, find your breath. 2. Last set, good work. And then take a pause. Soften the knees into the chest. Rock yourself a little bit side to side. Let it go. Good. Finding your feet back on the mat, hands back down by your sides. Soften the shoulders, smile them back. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift your left knee into tabletop and then your right knee to meet it. Pause here. Squeeze your knees together, your big toes, your ankles. Legs lever halfway to the floor. Exhale, draw it back into tabletop for 1. Inhale. Exhale for 2. We got 6 more. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Keep feeling that neutral curvature in your back. Find that deep contraction of the low belly for 3. Only going as low as you can stay in your neutral curve, never sacrificing your form. Last one. You're going to hold the lever. So send the knees a few inches away from you, out of tabletop. Hold it. Tap your right toes to the mat. Draw your right knee to meet your left. Left toes to the mat and in. Now you're putting more load on your low abs. I want the low abs to keep working super, super strong and deep. You just got 2 more sets here. Keep breathing. Let the shoulders relax. Easy to let those shoulders do some work. Don't do it. Find it in your abs. Last one. And last one on your left. Draw the knees back into tabletop. Place 1 foot at a time down. Rock your knees just a little bit side to side. Let it go. Beautiful. Bringing your feet a little closer to your seat so that they're close enough that you might even be able to touch with your hands. Take an inhale. Soften those shoulders. Exhale, just as we did before. Tuck the tailbone under. Now begin to peel your spine up off the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time, slowly lifting your spine up with control. At the top, tuck your tailbone under a little bit more. Feel how your hips are extending to the ceiling and your sitting bones are reaching into your hamstrings. There we are. Inhale, exhale, tuck the tail, roll down, starting at your sternum. You're going to move down through the spine as if you were drawing a long line of pearls onto a table. 1 at a time, you'll release to neutral. 2 more like that. Nice and juicy. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the tail. With control, peel your spine up. Press into your big toes. Activate your legs without over squeezing at your tush. So do more work to tuck the tail. Send your sitting bones into your hamstrings at the top. Shoulders rest down. Never on your neck, always on your shoulders. And then begin to tuck the tailbone and peel down 1 vertebrae at a time. Go nice and slow and controlled. 1 more like that. Inhale. Pressing wide into your big toes, your heels. Tuck the tail, peel your spine up. Nice and slow. At the top, you'll pause, tuck the tail a little more, soften those shoulders, breathe here. You're going to roll down halfway just to the back of your ribs and then you're going to roll all the way up for 5. Make this feel good. I want you to feel as if you're pulling more space into your back body, into your rib cage, so that you're finding mobility in your thoracic spine, which is not so mobile, but we're massaging it. We're letting the ribs fall to the mat and then lift up. 2 more. Inhale, rolling halfway down. Exhale up. You'll also feel this in your glutes. And last one. Rolling all the way up and rolling all the way down. Nice and slow. Create space in your back body. Release pelvis into neutral. Take a pause. Inhale. Exhale. Now listen carefully. Hips will stay in neutral. Pelvis will stay in neutral. You're going to hinge your hips up halfway so you won't go quite as high. And then you're going to tap straight down. Exhale, push halfway up. Pushing from the feet up and then pushing into the feet to hinge down. Doing a hip hinge, getting into our hamstrings and getting into a little bit more glutes. Stable neutral pelvis. Abs are still firing. 2. Beautiful work. Last one. Hold it here. You're going to lift your hips up an inch and down an inch. Little lift, little lower for 10, 9, little pulse, 8, 7, press into your big toes, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Beautiful work. Draw your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Coming onto your right side. So you're going to stack yourself up, extending your right arm underneath your right ear. Knees at a 90-degree angle. Ribs are stacked, allowing yourself to feel supported by the mat. So in this positioning, we're going to stack our ribs, lifting our right ribs up off of the mat, creating a little mouse hole between us and the floor, connecting to our belly. Take your left hand to your left hip. Wrap your left hip around you and allow your booty to stay nice and wide. Inhale here, hug belly to spine. Exhale, lift the left leg up and hold. Good. Look down at your left leg. Make sure your left leg is directly coming out of the hip, not externally rotated, not internally rotated. True parallel. Floppy foot. Lift the leg up and down. Up and down. So staying very parallel, connecting to your abs, lifted through the bottom right ribs. You got 4 more. Keep breathing. See if you can connect to your belly and only move the leg rather than twisting at the hip. Beautiful. 2. That's right. Last one. Hold it here. Flex your foot. Imagine you have a pen on your kneecap, drawing little circles on the wall in front of you, just the size of an orange. For 4, 3, keep breathing. 2, 1, stabilize. Hug belly to spine, reverse. Notice if you're letting that right rib fall to the mat. Keep it lifted. For 4, hug belly, keep breathing. And 1, stay here. External rotation, parallel. You got it. Keep breathing. Parallel. Find it for 6. Parallel. Make sure the hip isn't moving and that we're really doing it just from our femur, this large leg bone, upper leg. Beautiful. 3 more. You got it. Find that glute. 2 and 1. Beautiful. Lower the leg down. Give a nice tap. Hug belly to spine. Breathe. Twisting yourself open. Reach your right arm out and allow your chest to open to the ceiling in a nice twist. Keeping your knees towards each other, they don't have to touch, and keeping your hips reaching towards the right. Allowing the upper back to release, the glute to release. Find your breath. When you're ready, turn to your right side and come up to switch. Coming to your left side body. Moving yourself to stack up, finding that you're right on top of your left arm with your left ear and your knees are stacked Take your time getting here. Hug belly to spine. Feel that same lift of your left ribs off of the mat. Take a pause. Right hand comes to right hip. Hug belly to spine. Good work. Inhale. On your exhale, lift your right leg up. Floppy ankle. Look down at the leg. Make sure that it's directly coming out of the hip. And then you're going to lift the leg up and down. Up and down. Take your time. Really feel the core so that you're not moving at the hip, just the leg bone. Same thing on this side. 3. Hug belly to spine. 2. 1. Flex the foot. Good work. Imagine you have a pen on your kneecap and you're going to draw circles on the wall in front of you. Small circles the size of an orange. For 4. For 3. Small and controlled. Keep breathing. And then reverse. Find your breath. Staying connected into your belly so that you don't lose the control, lose the strength. 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down. Exhale, lift up and hold. You're going to externally rotate, find parallel. Hug belly to spine. External rotation, parallel. It's not coming from the movement of the pelvis, only the leg bone. For 4, keep going, you got it. 3, 2, beautiful work. Last one, lower the leg down, take a twist. Reach your left arm out and open your chest to the sky. Notice if you're holding any tension in your face, in your jaw, in your shoulders, let it go. One more breath here. Noticing the release. Just as much as you notice the work, finding the release. Coming to your left side, back up to hands and knees. This time you're going to take your hands your elbows underneath your shoulders. Palms facing down. Let your shoulder blades come together and then press away. Hug belly to spine for 4. Letting the shoulder blades kiss in the mat, back, and then press the floor away. 2. Last one. Feel someplace in between so your shoulders aren't collapsed and you're not overly pressing. Somewhere in between. Lift your heart to your thumbs. Hold it here. Reach your left leg back on the mat. Tuck the toes under. We're coming into a plank. And then the right leg will come back. Tuck the toes under. Lower your hips a few inches. Hug belly to spine. Lift your heart forward to your thumbs so that you're not rounded. We're going to stay here. Push from the heels and then reach back nice and slow. Keep pressing down into the forearms. Reaching forward and back. You got 5 more. Inhale. Exhale. Pull from your heels. Push from your toes. 3. Good work. 2. Nice and slow and controlled. 1. Hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring one knee at a time down. Find your child's pose. Rock yourself side to side. And take one more deep breath in through the nose and out. Coming up and into your downward dog. Spread your fingers apart. Reach your legs back and then lift your sitting bones up to the sky. Bend your knees a little bit. Lift your sitting bones up a little bit more. Hug your ribs together. Connect into your breath. Lifting the sitting bones up, softening the shoulders, connecting to your belly. Hold it here. Feel the decompression of your spine. Finding that length of your torso. Beautiful. One more breath, bringing your knees back down onto the mat. And just sitting up nice and tall, tucking your toes under. I'll stay this side. Tucking your toes under, sitting back on your heels. Stretching out your feet. We'll end here today. Close your eyes. Notice the stretch in your feet. Breathe into it. Noticing the length of your spine on top of your heels. One more breath, putting much more awareness into your feet and into the areas of the feet that need some attention and stretch. And then come forward, shake your feet out. And coming up to sit. You guys are done. Good work today. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you soon.